Yo, yo, yo. What's going on? It's Terrell, Hall of Fame, D-Line, TBKC, and all that sweet, beautiful, wonderful shit. Um, cool question, I guess. You know, I don't know if it was with sarcasm or whatever, but I'll say this. Um, Carlos, when you say, what makes me feel like I'm so different? I mean, if we're not being arrogant, what makes me feel like I'm so different as an American bully breeder? And I'm not saying I'm the only one, but I've been the voice for health in this breed for over a decade now. I've been had money thrown at me. I've had people try to kill my dogs. I've had people with the insults. I've had people calling the police and parole officers. I've had a multitude of things. This story has been told, and at the end of the day, they couldn't buy me out. They couldn't scare me off or nothing. I stood up for the dogs. I think that's what makes me a lot of different. You know what I mean? Even when it was a headache, even when I had other things going on, I kept on fighting. And I think this breed deserves to be fought for. You know, one of the reasons that most of these people, I look at them so differently is because they don't want greatness. They want acceptance. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, man, you can always get acceptance. This is why you see grown men and grown women tag a million people to try to get them to validate their argument. You don't see me tag nobody. You know why? Because I stand on what I stand on. If I come in the truth, I don't need anybody else to raise their hand and say that's the truth. It's the truth. It stands on itself. When I tell you that a dog should be healthy, that stands on itself. What kind of fool would argue that a dog shouldn't be healthy? A dog should have great conformation. We are breeding conformation dogs. We are making conformation dogs. We are throwing conformation shows. What kind of fool would say that these dogs shouldn't have great conformation? When I say DNA tested dog, you weren't talking about 30,000, 40,000, $1 million dogs, so called. Why are you scared to DNA test everything you breed? Why are you running from this? When I tell you all of these things, those are all truthful things. These are all things that I have seen grown men and grown women run from, and they'll always go with diversion tactics to talk about everything from your toenails to your mama. And at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I've always stood on this. You know what I mean? The American bully, we should be striving for greatness. You know what I mean? You should be striving for something that is going to stand the test of time. You should be trying to make an immaculate dog. It should be something that when you go over this dog, you're like, damn, ain't nothing wrong with this dog. You know what I mean? Ain't got to make no excuses. It should be something that in 25 years we look back and be like, damn, fool got 10 solid generations of DNA tested dogs, health tested dogs. The dogs is living 15 years now. The dogs is in great condition. They move great. They got great temperament. We know where they came from. Why would you argue with that? This is what I've been saying for years. But for some reason, the thing that makes me different is some people believe in hyperbole. Some people believe in the applause and the roar of the crowd. And at the end of the day, I'm the person that knows when you sit by yourself, you have to face a lot of demons. And the one demon I don't ever want to face is that I fucked over a whole breed. It's a bunch of dead dogs on my watch. It's a bunch of fucked up shit because I wasn't man enough to do the job that was put before me, but I felt validated because a bunch of other people who weren't man enough to do the job that was put before them all want to cheer with me. No, it's no man on the face of the earth that can argue with me that these dogs are supposed to be unhealthy. Even those who have the unhealthy dogs and are obviously producing unhealthy dogs lie and say that their dogs are healthy as they die. As your dog can't even stand in the shade. You know what I mean? This is what they do. The people who want to argue with me about confirmation will manipulate their pictures every which way, pay photographers that know how to do this and do that. Y'all been seeing the pictures being manipulated. Then you see the regular one. They argue these things, but they argue this and then they lie about it and they lie to you. But yet and still they tell you that they're great. When the fact that no breeder that I know of, well, I won't say that, but none of these so-called popular nowadays breeders, they won't even do DNA tests on their dogs. They won't show you generations of DNA test dogs. They don't health test to anything. They can't explain to you why their dogs are dying or anything. The thing that makes me different, bottom line, is that I never sold out. And I've always stood on my own. Although I got loved ones and great friends who stand in the cause with me, I've never asked them to jump in front of a bullet. I come and I do me. I show up by myself. When you got all the hecklers and everybody who talking they shit and this, that, and the other, I go and I bust their ass myself. I've never made a bunch of podcasts and say, hey, everybody, look at me. Let me tell you about... That ain't my thing. You know what I mean? That's not my thing. So, and you know, Carlos, really in closing, it's just that, you know, I'm built different, you know? I'm that cat that'll show up by myself to your show. And I'm not talking about your show and really, but you know what I mean. But I show up to your show after I done did all the talking that I had to do, after I done said what I done stood, and I show up by myself. And if it's 40 motherfuckers in the building, I stand on what I say. That's different, you know what I mean? Especially in a world where even the cowards call the police when they got numbers. I'm different. I'm always standing for these dogs. I'm always standing on this breed. And I don't really care so much about all of the money that y'all talk about. That's not what I do it for. I do it for excellence. What I want to do is build something that's here in 21-24. You know, when they look back and they think about my old ass, they're like, man, he contributed in a way that this breed got off the ground and it lasted 100 years. And this is the origins. Yeah, that means something. Not somebody who tried to destroy something and pat myself on the back and talk about, look how great I am. They're old high school players with leather helmets on, and look at me. I'm the NFL. Oh, my dog died. You know, that shit, man. So really what it is, I'm a dog man. I ain't no, even though I do these videos, I'm not no fucking celebrity. I don't have that in me, you know. I had that shit that I want to fight, you know. It's just that simple. I want to fight. I want to fight for the breed. And y'all notice I give a lot of breeders love on what they're doing because they're doing it the right way, and I see the quality. It's only called hate when you call out people who are doing the wrong thing. That's that new gaslighting shit that they do. Don't do the wrong thing and nobody can talk bad about you. But with all that being said, man, I got work to do. I got things to fix. I got people to show love to, people who show love to me. But it's always a blessing to have y'all. The next video, you know, we're gonna go back in the day. I'm gonna tell y'all about one of my favorite shows, and we just gonna, you know, we're gonna start talking some dogs, you know. But until next time, y'all, much love. God bless you. Peace.